You know what hurts the most? It's not just that FIFA fell off, it's how it fell off. There was a time, not that long ago, where booting up FIFA felt like a ritual, not a game, a whole event. You'd jump into pro clubs with the lads, squad up in career mode, rinse skill games in the arena, or just mess around in kickoff and still have the time of your life. And when you weren't playing, you were watching YouTubers tear through Division 1 with custom kits and dodgy camera angles, soundtracked by indie bangers that somehow became part of your personality. It was simple, it was fun, it was ours. And I honestly thought it would always be that way. Like FIFA was too big to fail, too iconic to mess up. I thought we'd be laughing about scripting and broken corners while still playing FIFA 43 with holograms. But nah, EA had other plans. Year after year, patch after patch, promo after promo. The fun just slowly faded, replaced by grindy mechanics, broken gameplay, and a never-ending wave of meaningless cards with 99 pace and 0 soul. Now we're here. FIFA's not even FIFA anymore. It's Electronic Arts Sports FC. They dropped the name, like that was the problem. Either way, let's break down what FC 26 is promising. Because what they've shown so far, it's bold, it's different, and it might just be the reset this series desperately needs. Modern FIFA feels like someone tried to recreate football based on TikTok edits and pack openings. You've got gameplay that feels like a fever dream, menus buried under 19 layers of microtransactions, and promo cards based on your dog's birthday. Where's the soul gone? No indie music, no actual grind, no YouTube Road to Glory series that felt like a cinematic universe. Just chaos and disappointment. But EA is back again. New badge, new cover, new promises. FC 26 is different, they say. We've listened, they say. I've heard it all before, mate, but this time, it feels like they know they're cornered. This is their final swing. Miss here and they're done with a whole chunk of the community. And look, let's get this out of the way. I'm calling it FIFA forever. I don't care what branding they slap on the box. It's not EA Sports FC when I'm talking to the boys. It's FIFA, always. Right, so they dropped the trailer and revealed the cover stars. Jamal Musiala and Jude Bellingham. And honestly, that's poetic. These two were kids in the England youth ranks a few years back. Now they're global icons, sharing the cover of the biggest football game on earth. That's like watching your schoolmate end up on Netflix, inspiring and depressing all at once. Also, reminder, Musiala could have played for England, but they fumbled harder than Gareth Southgate under pressure. Again, and then for the ultimate edition, Zlatan. Finally, after years of being absent, boom, he's in as an icon. Took them long enough. Now, the trailer, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they might have actually done it right. No overly cinematic nonsense, no players staring dramatically at the camera while dubstep plays. Just actual gameplay, visual proof that EA still might know how to make a football game. The features, promises. So let's break down what they're hyping. Defending is apparently being fixed. Fewer FIFA street rebounds, more actual possession after a tackle. About time. Gameplay speed is up, faster dribbles, more agility even when players are tired. Rudiger and Mbappe moving like it's the 60th, not the 89th. Goalkeepers have upgraded brains. Instead of slapping the ball straight to an onrushing striker, they'll now try to deflect it wide. What a concept. Dribbling is more intuitive. No need to spam trick combos. Just use your player's natural movement. More realism, less circus. Skill moves include some new stuff like a wild rainbow flick that might actually break ankles and your controller. Gameplay modes, competitive for online, fast-paced madness. Authentic for offline, slower, more lifelike. If they let us toggle between them freely, huge W. But this is EA, so we wait. They're also introducing archetypes, player identities based on legends. Want your Pro Clubs baller to move like baby Zlatan? Done? Sounds gimmicky, but it could be fun. Career mode gets a few bits too. Live challenges based on real-world storylines. Kinda meh. But might spice it up. Manager market. Coaches actually changing clubs now. It's taken them how many years? And Bundesliga stadiums are back. Bayern's home ground included. Small detail, big vibes. Now let me bring it back down. The truth is, the biggest issue isn't features. Career mode is miles better than it was. It's got depth now, complexity, all that. The issue is gameplay. It hasn't been fun in years. I used to love picking up the pad. Now, it feels like a chore. You win a game and you're not even happy. You're just relieved. If FC 26 can bring the joy back, even just 60% of the way, that's a win. But here's the problem. EA hasn't earned our trust. This is the same company that bought legendary studios just to bury them, that turned Ultimate Team into a casino. That said, yeah, but look, you can now buy boots with XP. They only care about money. Let's not pretend otherwise. So when they go, this one's different, you have to take that with a dump truck of salt. Chuboy, an OG of the FIFA scene, said it best. If they're showing this much gameplay up front, it means they're either super confident or desperate. And if this one flops, I promise you, heads are gonna roll behind the scenes. This is do or die. Because trusting EA at this point is like giving your house keys to the guy who just robbed you last week. You want to believe they've changed. But deep down, you know they're probably just gonna loot the fridge and sell your toaster as an Ultimate Team pre-order bonus. Let's not forget, this is the same company that took the Star Wars license and somehow gave us loot boxes in a single-player campaign. Yeah, that happened. Pushed FIFA Ultimate Team into full-blown gambling territory, turning teenagers into weekend league addicts, and grown adults into pack-opening zombies hoping for a blue flash. Ignored career mode for years. Years, giving us bugs like the invisible ball glitch, players aging backwards, and goalkeeper sprinting up the pitch like he's prime Kante. And instead of fixing it, they just announced a new feature like dynamic potential, which also broke half the time, promised dedicated servers and competitive balance, and then gave us button delay, mystery matchmaking, and 82 rated keepers pulling off physics-defying saves while 99 Messi skies it from 6 yards. Dropped updates that fixed absolutely nothing. Remember that one patch where they said improved referee logic? Suddenly every tackle was a red card and penalties were being given for standing, and who could forget the legacy editions on Nintendo Switch? Literal reskins of the same broken game year after year with zero shame. New kits and squads, they'd say, like we were paying $60 for a spreadsheet update. They've burned that trust, torched it, put it in an SBC, and now they want us back. So, taking a step back, FC 26 really does feel like EA Sports is trying to reboot the entire experience. For once, the focus isn't on flashy promos, packs, or gimmicks. It's squarely on gameplay, and that alone is worth pointing out. They've gone back to basics, refining defending so tackles actually mean something, making dribbling more fluid without forcing you to spam skill moves, improving goalkeepers so they act like professionals instead of traffic cones, and tweaking pace to reflect real fatigue while keeping matches fun and sharp. Even the introduction of archetypes, essentially footballer personalities modeled after legends, shows that EA is trying to inject identity and variety back into how players behave on the pitch. That could have a big impact in modes like career mode and pro clubs, where individuality has kind of been lost over the years. And let's talk about career mode for a second, because it's actually getting features that people have been asking for since FIFA 17. Manager transfers, live scenarios, realistic gameplay options for offline, stadium authenticity. That stuff matters, especially to players who aren't just here for Ultimate Team. But look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've all been here before. EA promises the world, and for a week or two it actually feels like they delivered. But then comes the patch, you know the one. The one that throws a wrench into the whole thing. The gameplay feels different, responsiveness disappears, and suddenly we're back to square one. Again, so the real test for FC 26 isn't whether it launches well, it's whether it stays good. That's what we're all waiting to see. If EA can genuinely build a game that's fun to play across the entire year, one that doesn't force you to fight the controls or deal with broken mechanics every other match, then yeah, maybe this really is the start of a new era. Maybe they have listened, maybe the FIFA we all fell in love with is finally making a comeback, just under a different name. But if they don't, if it turns out to be more of the same with a fresh coat of paint, then they've only confirmed what many fans already feel, that this franchise has lost its soul, and that's why this year matters more than most. This isn't just another iteration, this is a reputational reset. EA knows they're on thin ice with a large part of the community. Not just the sweaty pros or hardcore grinders, but the casuals, the career mode lovers, the ones who used to log in just for the fun of it. So yeah, FC 26 has potential, no doubt about that, but potential doesn't win people back. Execution does, consistency does. And if EA can deliver that, then maybe, just maybe, they can win back the trust they've been chipping away at for years. Until then, we wait, we hope, we stay cautiously optimistic. And if you haven't seen this video yet, click right here. You're gonna love it.